Welcome to the Batch vlog. We're gonna go to Madrid and Marrakech. So the itinerary is New York, Madrid. We land in Madrid, I think at like 6 a.m. Then we're gonna go to the Airbnb. We're gonna stay in the old town first for the night that we land, and then we're gonna go to Plaza Mayor and like all of that touristy spot in the old town. And then next day we're going to go to Marrakech super early, and we're gonna have a spa day and explore the old town, which is called the Medina. That's like the old town where we're gonna stay. And then we're gonna do some shopping and walk around, have dinner. And then the next day we have like a full day tour. We're gonna go to the desert. We have like different activities planned. We're gonna have like a tea party in this like hotel that's famous there. And then we're gonna go back to Madrid, and that's when we're gonna stay in Barrio Salamanca. And we're gonna go to dinner, party, night out, shopping, all the things. So I'm super excited. One of my best friends lives there, so I'm gonna go with my friends from New York, and then when we're there we're gonna be with another friend, and it's gonna be so exciting. So come with me. Editing this video, I am realizing that there's no context for anything. I essentially just took videos, took photos, but didn't really explain where I was or talk about what was happening. Especially in trips, I feel like I want to really enjoy the moment, but I also want to have the memories. So I just, take video and take photos really quickly and then put it away. And then now I'm realizing, oh my God, I didn't talk about anything. So I am going to insert some clips here just talking about what's going on. At the airport we wore the pink sweatpants and sweatshirts with these t-shirts I got for them. This was included in the box when I asked them to be my bridesmaids, and then obviously I got one for myself. So when it comes to the planning of the trip, everyone was really helpful. I think with the little details like the t-shirts and like things like that, I am the one in the group to do that.
Guys, Amaya brought Sila?
No.
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
We landed in Madrid, and then the first day we went to just explore. We checked into our Airbnb. It was super early. We had breakfast. You can see here in this clip everyone's tired, just having breakfast. And then we went and explored town. We went to Plaza Mayor, which is like this huge plaza, and it's like more touristy, I would say. And then they have these little places where you can have wine and tapas, so we did that. And then we walked around. We went to just like explore that area of the city, and then we had some churros, which is the chocolate, like the melted chocolate with the churro. I don't even know how that would translate in English, but it's like a fried bread, if you will, and then you just eat it. It's so good. Oh, that night we didn't go out because we had a super early flight to Marrakech the following day. So we landed in Marrakech and we checked in the hotel. The like old town of Marrakech is called the Medina, which is like surrounded by a wall. And then in that hotel, it was like really, really cute and very like authentic, like Moroccan service and food and tea, and like it felt really authentic. So we arrived and we are like obviously New York style, like go, like check in. We have a reservation here, we have to go here. And the guy was like, no, relax, you're on vacation, sit down, we'll do like some tea. And we're like, we have a spa appointment, so we need to go. And the rooms were not ready, and he's like, it's okay, just sit down. And we're like, we can't sit down. So he made us sit down and gave us tea, and we were just laughing like, yeah, we need to slow down for a second. We had tea and then we head to the spa, and obviously I didn't take videos, or we just took one photo in the spa, but it was different and interesting. They divide us in couples, so they're like, okay, you go with this friend, you go with this friend, and then essentially had us take everything off. We originally had brought these like bathing suits, like bride and bridesmaid. We had our robes on. They were like, you need to take everything off and put this like bra and thing. No, actually they just gave us like bottom part and no bra, and they're like change and split in groups, and it's like all like really fast, split in groups. You go with her, you go with her, and then we'll be right with you. And we're like, I'm with my friend naked, like literally just with the bottoms, and we're like covering like this. We're like, what's happening? I have like Nandi, my other friend, she's European, so she's like super free, but I wasn't with her, I was with Mickey. I feel like in Colombia we're not like that, so we're just like what the hell is happening? And then they go in and they essentially like shower you. It's called the Hammam experience. So they shower you, they just like start rubbing you everywhere. They give you like a few options, I guess, with what you want to be rubbed, like honey or seaweed or, you know, mud. There's like different options, and then you choose whatever you want, but like you don't know what's gonna happen. And then they just start rubbing you everywhere and showering you, and like they like wet your hair and turn you upside down, and you're just like me and her just looked at each other and laughed. We're like, what the hell is happening? And then they put you in like a steam room, and they're like, we'll be right back, and then you like, what's going on? So that was funny. I don't know if I would do it again. It felt like pretty rough, and this is supposed to be like the best place in Marrakech, so I can't even imagine. But I mean, it was clean and everything. It's just like, I don't know, when I think of a spa, I think of like relaxation and like really just like it being really soft, and you know, this was like pretty rough. So then we went to get massages. So for that I was with my other friend. Actually no, there was 3 steps. Then the second one, I guess, yeah, I was with Nandi for that one, but it was essentially like detox. So they put you in this like foil almost, and they wrap your hands and feet so you can't move, and I got a little claustrophobic, I want to admit, and I was like, oh god. I was like, I guess I have to wait until they unfold me. And then I heard that my friend Nandini was like, oh my god, did you guys get claustrophobic? And then the other two were like, no. I was like, I did. So that was the second part, and then the third part we had like an actual massage, and then I was like, okay, I'm finally gonna be able to really like relax and enjoy. She put oil, like I feel like my hair was drenched in oil, everything was drenched in oil. I was like, oh my god, what's happening? But that I enjoyed a little more, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I think it was, we had to do it, like that's the experience there, but it was definitely funny. For dinner that night, we went to dinner at this place that a friend recommended. It's like in a rooftop, so we went there and we're like, okay, first night, let's get a bottle of wine. And then they're like, no, we don't sell wine inside of the Medina. So like, it's a very religious space, so we didn't realize that. So there's no alcohol, so we were just like drinking water in our dinner, which obviously, like, for a girl's trip and it's a bachelorette, like you would expect to, I mean, we were not gonna get wasted by any means, but we just like were laughing at that point. We're like, okay, this is different. But we enjoyed dinner. The food was delicious, honestly. I think that was probably the best meal we had. The place was like really quiet and really low-key, but the food was definitely amazing. So I would say that probably is a good place for lunch. I don't know if they're even open for lunch, but we have to be. So yeah, that was day one. Okay, so that night we had a really good night. The hotel was so comfortable, and really they were so sweet. With the time difference and everything, we were really tired, so we had a really good night. And then the next morning we're like, okay, let's start again. No, just kidding. Day 2, we were like, let's go to a really nice hotel and have afternoon tea, which is like the experience. So there is this famous hotel called the Royal Mansoir. I probably am botching that, but it's like really elegant and upscale. So we had our Marrakech outfits on, and we went there for afternoon tea. It was just so delicious, and the hotel was beautiful. We had so much fun taking photos. It was just, I feel like it felt great to have that other side of, okay, we can have a little champagne and toast and be like, I guess it like felt more familiar. I don't know. Obviously we love dressing up and taking photos, and we really enjoyed the hotel. It was beautiful. We were actually, a lot of people were like, oh my god, this reminds us of, this is giving Sex and the City, the movie too, which is when they went to Abu Dhabi, and we were laughing because that's how it felt. It felt like really luxurious. So this was like really nice, and we just like talked and had a really good afternoon and have tea. So then at night we went to dinner, and then we're like, we should go back to that same hotel and have drinks there because it was really pretty, and we did that, and it was a great idea. A really beautiful bar, and there were people from all over the world. Like it felt like more international. So day 3, we figured it was time to explore town and really continue to dive deep into the culture. So we went to a little tour that we booked through the hotel, and it was great because we had a local with us just showing us everywhere. We went to a couple of temples, we went to the spice market, which is really famous there. He told us stories about like each house, and we met one of the bread makers in town. So he's so cute. I have a video of him here. He makes bread every morning for the town, and everyone goes and picks up their bread, and they live this really, calm life. We met another one that makes rocks by hand, so that was really nice to see and experience. And they're this old man, so sweet. And then the spice market, they have everything and anything. We actually went to this store. She was selling us tea. She's like, this tea for having your skin younger and for never aging, and like all of these things that who knows, but we bought it all. Funny because we were talking the other day and we're like, have anyone drink the tea? Like no one has used it because it doesn't come in bags. You have to like make it yourself. But we brought, like, there was this cactus oil for your skin. She's like, with this you would never need Botox. So we bought that, but we had fun like going around everywhere. It was really hot, but yeah, the city, it's really conservative. I had this dress with the open sides, like I wasn't showing anywhere, like it was a long dress, arms covered, it just had the sides a little open, and even with that I felt like, oh, like everyone's really conservative. But the temples were beautiful, and going through that spice market is really, really charming. So that was a really fun day. And then for dinner we dressed up and we went to belly dancing, which is obviously a big part of that culture, which we thought it was interesting to have like both sides. The really conservative area where like no alcohol is served and everything is like, it closes early and it's like everyone's covered. And then the other side of the city where it's like, you can order whatever. There's belly dancers, it's like super, like night and day from right next door. So that's outside of the wall. So that night was really, really fun. We smoked hookah and it was just like a super, super fun night. So yeah. So for the last day in Marrakech, we wanted to go to the desert, and this is where the misconception was. The desert is like, to get to a desert where it's just like dunes, like sand dunes, and like you can't see anything but sand, you have to drive hours. Our hotel was like, oh, you guys want to go to the desert tomorrow? We were like thinking camels, sand dunes, like we're like, hell yeah, of course we want to go. He's like, okay, you need to go early because you need to take a car and drive. And we're like, hey, perfect, we'll wake up at whatever time you tell us, we're there. So we're like thinking, ooh, let's go to the desert. We were driving and then suddenly he stops, and we're thinking it's like a pit stop, right? He's like, okay. And then we're like, wait, are we here? And he's like, yeah, we're here. And we're like, we can still see grass and cars if we're not in the desert, clearly. And he's like, no, this is it. And we're like, okay. And we had already paid for the day trip. And there were like a few camels, but they were really sad. And it just didn't feel like what we were maybe envisioning. Maybe our expectations, maybe that was the issue. We didn't, I don't know. whatever it was. They had a really, traditional meal for us, so we enjoyed that, and we're like, you know what, we're here. The only thing is that, we were not told that there wasn't gonna be anything. Like, we could have brought some music with us or whatever, but we just like enjoyed the moment. We were clearly not in the desert, but so that was the last day, and then we're like, okay, I think we're ready to go with the Marrakech portion of the trip. So we were really excited to go to Madrid. So after we went to the desert, we came back, and that was our last night in Marrakech. So we were like, okay, we can't have more chicken tagine, which is delicious, but we had it literally every single day. It's like essentially this like casserole with chicken and veggies and potato, and it's mwah. But we were like, we're ready for a different meal. So we went to an Italian restaurant. I mean, it's still Moroccan restaurant, but like Italian style. It was delicious. We had some wine, we had such a great time, and it was the perfect end to the Marrakech trip. Do I recommend going there? Absolutely. I think it's such a different culture, and definitely exploring the world is something obviously so worth it. I really enjoyed the spice market, the hospitality, like people were so nice and so kind, and I think that was definitely the highlight of the trip. If you go there, I would go to that hotel I mentioned before, because I think it's so beautiful, and even if you can stay there, probably really expensive, but definitely worth seeing like the both parts, the more international part, and then obviously the Medina. So yeah. Last day in Madrid, we went to brunch, walk around town. We went to Parque El Retiro, which is like the central park of Madrid, like where it's a beautiful, beautiful park, and we were just walking around and enjoying. It was a beautiful weather. And then we went to Mercado San Miguel, which is this little plaza where they have like all local types of food, so beautiful, delicious olives and cheeses and hams, jamon ibérico, like all the nice things. And we got some sangria, and we just like tourist things, walk around town and enjoy. And then at night we had dinner reservations at this place that was also recommended, and we dressed up, like I dressed up in white and my girls in black, and it was like a super fun night. And that was the last night, so we were sad to leave, but we had such an amazing girls trip. Overall, I am really grateful that we did this, because who knows when we're gonna do it again. We make a pact, like every year we have to do a girls trip, so we'll see how that goes. But I think this was definitely a really special time that I will never forget. So excited for what's coming with the wedding events, but I think it's definitely really special to have had that moment with my friends. And also, like with Mickey, I've traveled a lot, but with the other two, we have never traveled outside of New York. Like we've been to the Hamptons together and things like that, but we've never like got in a plane together and go explore the world. And this was really fun to do with them. And then obviously I got to see my friend that lives in Madrid. I've traveled with her before, I visited her before, but I think just like seeing her closer to the wedding and get excited about it, and then for her to meet my New York friends. I think they met before, but she's been here to New York, but just like reconnect and just talk about what's coming was really exciting. I love Madrid. I've never been before. I've been to Barcelona, but they're quite different, and I really enjoyed the trip. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this vlog and can't wait to show you more wedding things. Stay tuned.